If you struggle keeping a guy interested long term, or getting the guy to commit, or you consistently rush into relationships, or you struggle walking away from guys that don't value you, then you came to the right video, because today I'm gonna arm you with an arsenal of weapons in the forms of 8 ancient Japanese principles that have helped military generals achieve ultimate victory in battle. And today we're gonna scale it down in order to guide you in the way of the art of seduction. Because at the end of the day, it is an art. And if you know how to play the game right, any person that meets you that is slightly interested, you will be able to apply these 9 principles that naturally leads to someone falling deeply in love with you, and vice versa. These principles ensure that you come across as classy, feminine, and high value. It's meant to seduce while saving face. It's meant to get the guy to put more effort while appearing to do nothing. And if you struggle applying these principles and you want to talk to Seafood Alex, you could click on the description down below where it says work with Father Alex one-on-one, and Father Alex can teach you the way of mindful attraction, seduction. And I can show you how to apply these principles into your life in order to achieve the results that you want. Yeah, that's right, people. This is Father Alex, not Scammer Alex, okay? So let's begin with this video. Sit your butt down, take some notes, because today we're going to class. The first step in the Japanese way of seducing is pretty much what expands all of your options and what limits all of your options. It's pretty much the difference between success and failure, and that en Ryo no Ringri, meaning ethics of restraint. Now, what does that mean? It's pretty much cultivating patience, not letting your desires and your impatience make drastic decisions, and allowing them to choose you. Meaning, this patience isn't about just waiting for people for the sake of it. This patience is letting them chase, letting them show you that they want you, so that then you can make a move, so that then you could actually show that you like them. And the reason why that is, well, in the Japanese culture is pretty big on saving face, right? Not looking like an idiot, right? So you show restraint, which is a virtue, but also it allows them to chase. It saves all of your energy, and it creates the type of dynamics where you're the prize and they're the ones chasing for you. If you don't have this, everything else that we talk about is not going to work. You have to have patience. Remember, it's not just about restraint and patience. It's also about having the emotional strength to let them make the first move. Kiyume no Hibi, which means day of residence. All right. Now, this pretty much means is aligning your goals with the other person, making sure that what you want is what they want, making sure that you want a relationship, they also want a relationship. You want kids, they also want kids. You want something casual, they also want something casual. So it's not just about letting them choose you, but the next step is for you guys to know that you guys are compatible. You guys have the same attachment styles or compatible attachment styles, right? You guys want the same thing. You guys value the same thing, similar religion, similar political views, right? All of those things lead to successful relationships, similar social status, similar looks also, right? The similar attractive level. Those things lead to successful relationship. So you have to make sure that your goals are aligned in that sense. Now, next one is the bond of empathy, which is Omoyari no Kizuna, which means bond of empathy. Now, this generally, it means that this is a form of chemistry that we're looking for. When people say, I don't have, what kind of chemistry should we have with this person? Usually when most people think of chemistry, they think of the high they feel, right? And that usually is an indication that you guys are bonding with each other. But the truth is, that's more like a drug. It's like the connection you have with reality through a drug. It's not really connection. The type of true connection that we want is a type of that's empathic, where you sense the other person's soul, you sense the other person's spirit. You guys are in complete alignment. You know what they're thinking, and they know what you're thinking. And what that does is that it creates the healthy type of chemistry where you guys are in touch with each other, where you guys are not a high, but rather a necessity for each other. And so if you're with someone and you have chemistry, right, but they don't have empathy, that chemistry is not real love. True chemistry equals empathy. Ladies and gentlemen, true chemistry equals empathy. Anytime you experience chemistry with someone and you sense that they don't listen to your problems, they're not curious about your inner life, this is not the person, and this is not someone that you want to be with. Now, the next thing is Kizuna no Kizuka, right? Which is pretty much bond of consideration. That generally means is that understand what makes them unique. Not just understand what makes them unique, but also understand what makes them different. If they like romance, give it to them. If they like adventure, give it to them. See their desires and pains. What are their boundaries and what are the things that they allow? Having an understanding of their spirit allows you to deepen a connection that you have with them. Now, why is that? Well, because you're paying attention, right? I was watching a video of a divorce lawyer, and he talked about that the moment when the relationship ended, he was interviewing a couple that got a divorce, right? And he asked the couple, hey, when do you know that the relationship ended? And she said that the moment that he stopped putting like a certain type of yogurt, whatever the fuck it was, she noticed that he stopped putting it. And he would leave certain crackers, something considerate. She wouldn't really, look for it, but he always did that. And so it became a consistent part of his day. The day he stopped doing those little things is the day she knew that that a divorce was coming. And what happened afterwards is that they started to drift apart. One of the things that shows people that you love them is that you pay attention to detail. You know what makes them unique. You know what makes them happy. You know what makes them unhappy. You know what they want, what they don't want. You have a fingertip feel for their inner world, like a master who does something, right? And he knows his field from top to bottom, right? Where you are so in love with them that you know every little twitch, every thought, every look, you know what that means, right? And that type of connection, even if it doesn't have any words, creates a bond that people will find you irreplaceable. And the reason why is this is because you know them. You knowing people from top to bottom is a quality that makes you irreplaceable. Now, the next path is the path of trust, which is Shinrai no Michi. Now, what does that mean? Essentially, you must build through consistency and presence. This is building trust. Once you sense empathy, once you can feel their soul, once you know what they want, once you know what makes them unique, the way to tie all of that up is through building trust, right? And the way you do that is through simply spending time with each other. Spending time. And not just spending time, quality time. Now, if it's broken, you will inspire that in them as well, right? Being consistent makes them consistent. Now, if they are not consistent through your inconsistency, that's a sign that you should definitely pull away and leave them, right? Now, it's not just about being consistent with establishing trust. It's also opening up about your weaknesses and your past, your traumas, right? You opening up about your weaknesses, and this type of transparency creates a bond and a desire to be part of your life. Right? Now, a lot of us nowadays don't want to expose people to our weaknesses because it's embarrassing, because we don't want to look needy. The truth is, people are drawn to your weaknesses more than your strength. And if you hide your weaknesses, the Japanese way of seducing will not work on this, because you have to show weakness. Weakness is what elicits desire in people to help you, right? And with that is also the Gambaru Aijo, right? Which means persevering love. Rather than leaving at the site of conflict, fight it through. And this to me is one of the most important part, is that eventually conflict will arise. And a lot of people ask me, Father Alex, how do I apply these strategies when someone is in my life and I don't know how to create attraction if we're always around, right? Well, when you have conflict, is your time to increase how much they like you. Just like in countries that's ridden with war, anytime there's a war unites people. That's what war does. It unites people. So what does that mean? Having conflict with the person, as long as you guys have a healthy ego, have a healthy, you don't mind being wrong from time to time. Conflict will make you guys like each other more. Why? Because whenever you have a conflict, the other person has to have the maturity to have to go through a conflict with you. They have to have the right amount of ego to not let this conflict get in the way and be wrong with the person that you like. Because a lot of people's ego is so strong that they don't want to be wrong, right? So if you cannot have conflict with this person and go back to normal, that's a sign you shouldn't be with them, right? So the conflict will reveal the quality of relationship you have with the person. And the beauty about conflict is that once it's resolved, the sensation of resolving the conflict is so pleasurable, right? It creates a deeper bond. And this is one of the ways that the Japanese tend to seduce, right? Sounds racist, the Japanese. and this to me is my favorite one. Okay, so remember, discuss your problems, come to a solution. This will build more love, right? Conflict and resolution builds love. It has a symbiotic relationship. Now, you know how I talk about being willing to walk away? Well, the Japanese have a phrase to that, and it's called sayonara, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. It's called sayonara no jutsu, which means, motherfucker, if you don't clean up your shit, I'm walking away. All right. Master the art of gaining leverage through being willing to walk away. By demonstrating that you have that you have boundaries, that there are things that my love for you is not conditional. By demonstrating that, it'll raise your value, and it'll put everything we talked about in a cute little bow tie. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, a cute little bow tie. Because if you don't do this, you're going to be on a path of a continual inner death, inner turmoil. Being in situations where you're not willing to walk away is the end of your soul. And why is that? Well, because it comes down to the next principle, which it's a principle that I use the most, which is Kaizen. Kaizen no Kairo, which means the path of continual improvement. Once you get commitment, don't stop improving. Once you seduce a person, once they want to be with you, don't stop improving. This is why a lot of people make the mistake that once you get the person, all of a sudden now you stop going to the gym. All of a sudden now you stop doing the things that attracted them in your life. And that is not something that you should do. What you got to do is once you get them, keep improving on your mental health, keep improving on your physical health, keep eating right, keep hanging out with your friends. Have a social life, in a spiritual life, and in a healthy body, and that will continue to improve the relationship that you have with this person. People do all of this except this part. You can't be doing this, people. Can't be having subscribers dying of fucking heart attacks. It's not gonna happen, people. All right. Anyways, and last but not least, Zen, the art of Zen. I think that this is the most important principle, because this is how you develop self-awareness. This is how you develop the empathy. This is how you develop the ability to sense the other person's need. This is how you're able to read red flags. This is how you're able to bond with the person. This is how you're able to stay faithful to the person, because you got to learn how to control your impulses. This is how you're able to have conflict resolution without turning the relationship bitter. Without this foundation, everything that I'm telling you will not work. The Zen is the most important. It's called mindful attraction. So how do you do that? Well, you develop a consistent meditation practice where you and your partner, there's nothing more powerful than spiritualizing a relationship. Nothing more powerful and nothing more seductive. Ladies and gentlemen, including spirituality into the relationship that you're having with this person will enhance it, will give it a larger than life type of air, will cause, whenever they think about you, it's going to have a stronger energy. Spirituality mixed in with the physical always creates a spark that's unforgettable. I am telling you, go have some spiritual sex, people, okay? Like, do it in the name of whatever God you believe in, you'll see it'll be much better, okay? And honestly, it's simply because, for me at least, self-awareness on my end and on their end is vitally important, because nothing annoys me more than people who have no self-awareness. For example, Cardi B. For example, Jennifer Lopez, okay? So developing this self-awareness causes you to feel the empathy for this person, causes you to want to make them happy. You stop being selfish. And by you externalizing your attention onto them, through them also meditating, they'll also pay attention to you at a deeper level. And that creates a much better relationship. And so that's why I encourage you guys. You don't have to meditate, pray together. Some form of spirituality will make the relationship stronger. Now, if you guys want to apply these strategies into your life. Man, you guys want to be able to have me as your professor, Professor Alex. You guys can become part of the Mindful Attraction University. And in there, you guys can check out this course, the Feminine Woman, which is my new course about how to blend your masculine and your feminine, how to be strong and yet have a soft side to you, right? How to show strength without losing your femininity, how to be feminine in the workplace without getting people to disrespect you, how to be feminine in your relationship without letting people take advantage of you, right? It's a delicate balance. People say, if you guys want a self-help course from Father Alex, that's a course for you guys. The next one is the Psychological Game of Attraction, which is a course for women who are single. It's literally a course that, honestly, if you're single, that's the course for you. I'm not even kidding with you. The next one is Natural Chemistry, which is a course that I created for women who are in relationships and want to strengthen the bond with the person that they're with. The next one is Emotional Mastery, which is a course that I developed through learning about Zen, obviously, right? About how to master your emotions through meditation practice and other forms of meditation, right? But it's also a self-help course to master your emotions, and it's pretty much what I use to master my emotions, right? And the last one is the Charisma Blueprint, which is a course that I created to develop charisma. This is perfect for anyone who is a manager, for anyone who leads people. It's pretty much like a leadership sort of course. Or you could purchase all of them, which is individually they're $99. You could purchase all of them at a huge discount by enrolling in the Mindful Attraction University. Yeah, that's right, people. Click on the description down below where it says purchase them, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care.